So England facing Austria in a friendly on the south of Spain. We're in Ceres, near the Strait of Gibraltar. And these two sides missing out on Olympic qualification and hence facing each other for this one. A look at the England side, and Serena Wiegmann hands an international debut to 20-year-old Grace Clinton on loan at Tottenham. Third caps for Manchester United's May Letitia and Chelsea goalkeeper Hannah Hampton. Frank Kirby picked up a knock in the warm-up, and so Ella Toone starts instead. Austria field a side with two players that ply their trade in the WSL, Arsenal goalkeeper Manuela Zinsberger and Liverpool's Marie-Theresa Erminger. Sarah Zadrazil and Katarina Narschenweng are Bayern teammates of Georgia Stanway. Barbara Dunst is the Austrian Player of the Year. The Olympic aspirations are over after missing out by the barest of margins. So England now begin preparations for the next target on the cycle, winning the Euros again. Austria, another outfit who are missing out this summer. So let's see how both these sides are shaping up on the south coast of Spain. Both sets of players taking the knee. Those who have travelled to watch the respective nations in attendance tonight. And away we go. It's been a relative while since England last had an outing. Lucy Ward, how are we expecting them to perform?
Well, I mean, I think they had a disappointing end to 2023 England. You know, the losses that they had in the Nation League, not progressing on to try and get into the Olympics and the Olympic qualification. But this is an ideal opportunity, this warm weather camp against Austria and against Italy, just to have a look at new things for Serena Wiegmann. And Austria are really good.
Strong play though by Russo, already leading the line for England today. But Serena Wiegmann making a few changes, and I suppose if there's any game that she was going to make changes in, this would be that. Yeah,
I mean, Austria, I think, in the recent past have been really tough opponents for England. You know, England have beaten them by the odd goal in the Euros. That, you know, Furman has got them organised. You know, they're physical, they're compact shape, and they break very, very quickly. So this won't be easy.
Greenwood, one of those familiar faces in the England starting lineup. A different shape to their midfield, perhaps, with Grace Clinton in there. Nations League finals also taking place tonight, what England and Austria could have won. And already the focus looking forward to the qualifiers. The draw will be made in early March. First round of games in April. Here's Morgan. Third to Ottavuma Moy, centre half, the partner to Greenwood. Expect Stanway to be the deepest of those midfielders. Can Clinton do on debut? And moving that ball wide. Need to get their passing game going, expecting to dominate the ball. There's an Austrian side with some good ball players in midfield. So Puntigam and Zadrazil. The ball up towards Eileen Campbell, who's really made an impression in her short career.
Yeah, I think the way that Austria play, they're quite compact. They're mostly a 4-1-4-1, and when they get it, it's always that look forward and try and just catch their opponents out on the break. I've already seen England be as fluid as we would expect, interchange of positions, trying to keep the ball.
Russo doing that very well indeed. And now Beth Mead, who goes for goal herself. Goalkeeper spilt it, and England have an early advantage. Zinsberger's error, and Russo, her Arsenal teammate, there to mop it up.
Now, a great start for England, but I think from an Austrian point of view, we've just been talking about how they defend well, but this really shouldn't have been any sort of threat at all. You know, Beth Mead down the right-hand side, and it's a speculative ball in, either a shot or a cross, really. Zinsberger needs to do better. And certainly, the best person to react there is the goal scorer. Russo, we know about her. She's proved herself time after time for England. And she's the first to react. Good start for England.
Just not that long into the game, just a couple of minutes into the game, and England in front. And they say the result doesn't really matter tonight, but they want to get a winning run going again, having lost all of their games under Sarina Wiegman in 2023. Zinsberger playing it forward, but already Austria under a lot of pressure. We'll give up. Don't want to lose the ball there. This is an Austrian side who gave England a few tough matches, actually. Lost by a single goal in the away qualifier. Defeated by England in the reverse and losing in the Euros in the opening game. But all of those games were relatively tight.
Yeah, Austria tend to stay in the games. That was a bad mistake to concede so early on, but England are really high up the pitch. They're quite happy to press Austria high.
A shot from Clinton, having a shirt tucked as well, but still able to get the pass away to Mead. Clinton getting straight back up as well, and looking dangerous early on. Letitia, it's the back post where Hemp was, and Austria able to clear through Erbinger. Will drop into that midfield to help protect it, but they find themselves already in a spot of bother. Mead. Turning in recent months. Already back in England's starting lineup. Started the game against Scotland on that crazy night where England lost out. One goal on the goal difference in the Nations League, which is why the Netherlands have their semi-final tonight. England are playing Austria.
Yeah, it's like a slate clean, isn't it? This is the start of the build-up to the Euros next year. Qualification starts, like you say, Seb, in April, but all these players trying to earn their spot in the team, in the squad, new players about. And I think it's important. It's a warm weather camp. There's the under-23s are also there, so it just means that Sarina Wiegman can have a look at these players and see whether they're worthy, test them out perhaps. But that's the next step for Wiegman. She signed a new contract. Can she evolve this team? Because I think the only criticism when she was manager of the Netherlands was that she didn't evolve that team. So see whether she can do that with England, because she's done superb so far.
Well, the early signs here giving the opportunities to the likes of Clinton. Rare caps for Letitia and Hampton. Here's Morgan. Nations League semi-finals kicking off at 8 o'clock. Keep you up to date with the scorelines from those matches. France facing Germany and Spain visiting the Netherlands. Tagam wins a free kick, one of the Centurions in this Austrian squad. Very experienced midfield that they have with Zadrazil as well.
Yeah, and they play the system really well, like you said. Experience. Zadrazil is has been one of the best central midfielders in Europe. We've seen her at club level. But this is an interesting couple of games for Wiegman and what she sees, and the players. We've already talked about Wubben Moy, probably one of the best centre backs in the WSL at the moment, and stepped in really well. Williamson's not been there.
Good look offside with the ball through to Russo.
Yeah, good for Russo to get the goal as well. I think that for her to get a run of minutes in the 9 position for England will really help her. She's has been over the last couple of years the next big thing after Ellen White going, and it's establishing a number 9 who scores again, and it's not very easy at international level.
Over that front area is the area where England probably have their deepest talent. There's Clinton, who's had some bright moments already. The free kick belatedly given in the end. Took a while.
And first really we've seen Austria getting up the pitch. Niamh Charles, another player who's playing well at club level, such a versatile player, probably player anywhere on the pitch. As a youngster, she was an attacker, plays right or left back, wing back. Perfect player for a manager.
Marina Furman, who's now entering into her 4th year as the coach of the Austrian national team. It's the youngster Pertschiller who was brought down on that right-hand side. Free kick, Narschenweng is the left-footed option. A few dummies in there from Austria before that ball was sent in, and Hampton the tester, and she claims it very well indeed.
A great opportunity for Hampton tonight. You know, we know about Mary Earps, what she's done and what she's achieved in the game so far, but Hampton is a good young player. She's establishing herself at club level, playing well. Big opportunity.
Finding herself in the Chelsea side, no mean feat. And England again looking dangerous, and Hemp will drive, send the cross in, looking for a corner here for England.
Yeah, they're quite narrow, the forwards, Hemp and Mead, particularly when Austria have the ball, but we just know that Hemp has got that drive, front foot always direct.
England are very strong from set pieces, but no Lucy Bronze today, or Millie Bright, of course. Rachel Daly, another player who's very good in the air. Interestingly enough, Morgan going up for the free kick. And no Lucy Bronze today, and all the talk is who would be the next off the rank to play at right back for England, and Letitia seems to be the player who is next in line.
Yeah, I mean, the last few years I thought that she would be a right back. Letitia, she'd done that at Brighton. I think she's playing more centre back at Manchester United, but I think another one who's quite versatile, physically very, very good, and very, very similar to Lucy Bronze as she was coming through as well, that sort of player. I'm sure that Lucy Bronze won't want to give up her position too soon anyway.
No chance. Here's Letitia. Morgan herself can play at right back as well, has played. And Hemp in an awkward position and losing it. Zadrazil. Maybe Campbell on the turn. They had a promising moment there, Austria. Instead, England can break away. Two can charge forward. Gets it back from Russo. Mead do as well, in towards Russo. Austria trying to work that ball up the pitch, but again, Campbell dispossessed. And Russo. Schichtel inside. Funtigam, but they're losing the ball there. Austria can't hold on to it. And Russo looks strong up front so far in this opening 12 minutes.
Yeah, holding it up well. Surrounded by Austrian defenders. Stanway's looking good in that Kira Walsh position. You know, England have struggled. They even had to change the shape completely in the World Cup when Kira Walsh got injured. She's that important to the team, but it's so important that you have that plan B, and I think Ian was talking about it before the game. Plan B is important at international level, and England have struggled with that over the last few years.
So accustomed to seeing Georgia Stanway in what people would say is the 8 role, the ability to break forward from that midfield area. But she's a player who can play in multiple positions. It's probably her issue at Manchester City that she never really settled on one in the end.
Yeah, but I mean, she's so comfortable in possession that's you sort of get away with playing anywhere. But you know, I think she thrived as well playing in Germany. I think her game's come on a step or two as well.
Zadrazil playing that ball forward. Again, Campbell running onto it. You're hearing the name Eileen Campbell. She was at one point eligible to play for England and Northern Ireland. It's her family lineage, but very much an Austrian international. A move to Bundesliga recently for impressive goal-scoring feats in Austria and for the national team so far. 4 goals, it's her 12th cap.
Yeah, Austria just settling a bit more into their a little bit of a higher press, putting England under pressure, but leaving space.
Space for Charles to chase. Who played inside. Brazil read the danger well. She took playing it forward, but then losing it. So when they lose that ball, Austria being tasked to get quickly back into shape.
Yeah, it's better by England though, just taking an extra pass or two, just because Austria will just settle back into the shape. It's just to try and squeeze, try and be as narrow as possible inside England's shape and get as close to them as possible. Space is out wide though, that's for sure.
And Hemp now on the right with Mead on the left. Letitia feeding that ball in the run of Toon. Clinton fancies a goal! Oh, so close to a goal on debut. And a fine effort from the 20-year-old.
Nah, that would have been fabulous. It's great to see Grace Clinton getting her debut in the England senior team. An instinctive effort. She's so unlucky that it just didn't end up in the back of the net, but you know, a player that's on loan from Manchester United at Spurs, and she really is pulling up trees. She obviously, as a young player in the England system, come through that pathway that has been so successful, but great to see her get an opportunity and being really positive in the opening minutes of this as well.
A young player signed from Everton, then loaned out to Bristol City last season. And now at Spurs this season, and has played in all bar one of their matches in the WSL so far. And was called up by Serena Wiegmann in October. Has been in the squad since then. This was the first time she's got a taste of the action.
Yeah, typical Serena Wiegmann player in terms of being able to play in different positions, versatile, quite happily drive with the ball, technically very sound as well. Understand exactly why she's been picked.
And a clear example of the pathway, having played for the under-17s, under-19s and the under-23s, who came out on this camp as well and lost to Spain earlier today.
This is a biggie step though, isn't it, Seb? You know, the step from 23s to senior level. You know, it's maybe good at 23s level, but that step up sometimes is a bit too difficult for players. But an ideal opportunity for Wiegmann to have a look at these players. Now the rain in Spain.
Very close to Gibraltar as well. So I didn't want to finish off your sentence with that one. I knew where you were going. Austria looking to settle. For England's strong start. We know England are missing key players in Brighton. And Williamson at the back. Chloe Kelly, who did come out with this squad but picked up a knock in training this week and left out of the matchday squad for this one. Of course, with England playing again on Tuesday, you see the England bench. And Fran Kirby, who was expected to, who was on the team sheet initially, but replaced by Ella Toon after an issue with her knee, unfortunately, in the warm-up.
Yeah, just been cautious with Fran Kirby. No, it is a friendly, and if she's got any sort of twinge, I think perhaps it might be in her knee, that she's got to be careful with it.
See Hampton there, prepared to pass out from the back. Probably the best keeper in England at doing just that. Here's Morgan. Picked up by Stanway. Greenwood. Stanway forward to Toon. Toon working this ball wide with Russo in the middle. And Hemp just loves to attack defenders and gets past them more often than not. And the cross came in and she put it on a plate. And there is the debut goal And look at all the England players round Grace Clinton, who took the chance well, and England double their advantage. And Austria having a problem or two at the moment.
Tell you what, that was brilliant, because I don't know how many passes it was, but it was playing out from the back. You mentioned right at the start of that move about Hampton and the way that as a goalkeeper that she's comfortable with the ball at her feet. No real pressure from Austria all the way up the pitch, but I think the most positive thing about that is Clinton gets herself on the score sheet. Really positive. You know, we've probably had about 6 or 7 passes before it ends up out wide. A lot of bodies in the box. Wasn't very well defended again by Austria, but Grace Clinton certainly won't care whatsoever. A great start by England, but I'm disappointed in Austria. I've seen them play a lot better than this, you know, work a lot harder, but you can only beat what's in front of you.
And even if it is a friendly, a special moment for Grace Clinton on debut, scoring for England, and the young midfield talent rewarding the manager for picking her.
Yeah, I think Sarina Wiegman will look, but when they analyse that, they'll look at where it started and the fact that they passed through the thirds, that they moved from right through the middle, up to left, cross into the box, bodies in the box, and a finish at the end of it. And this is all practice for, you know, the patterns of play that they'll want as they're moving forward in qualification later on in the year.
Well, what can Austria do in this game, really? Irving, they're trying to get them moving again, but England have just been at it quicker.
Yeah, passing it well. You know, they settled really quickly, England.
The high standards set by Sarina Wiegman by them winning the Euros meant that last year, even reaching a World Cup final, winning the Finalissima, winning the Arnold Clark Cup, still would have come away from that, yes, with frustrations and regrets, of course. That's the level that England are at now.
Yeah, it's mad that a World Cup final appearance is a year of that is seen sometimes as a disappointment. I think England women have raised the levels of the expectations of, you know, where we want to be as a country, and I think these girls feel the pressure of getting better and evolving, and you stress that the under-23s are here as well and I think that just raises the standards, because there's always someone willing to take your shirt if you're not going to play well, and she's ruthless. Wiegman, she won't play you if she thinks that you're not playing well.
And the team thinking to come all this way to Spain to get away from the rain, and taking that free kick short, and looking dangerous every time they come forward. Letitia, and plenty of options to aim for. The cross comes in again. Zinsberger thought about coming, cleared away by Narshenvang.
Too easy for England. Austria not defending. I've seen them defend miles better than this. It's so difficult to beat usually, and compact, and they work hard, but not tonight so far.
In those situations, you have to credit England as well, the start that they've made.
And what they've got is, because of Clinton and Toon are playing as the 8s, they're pushing back Puntigan and Zadrazil, and it just means that Georgia Stanway's got all the space in the world when England have got possession, and she can pass a ball.
It's not a bad pass though to Narshenvang. She'll look to drive forward. The challenge coming in from Clinton, but here come Austria, still able to come forward. Dunst, who hasn't really had much to say in the game so far. There's a shot that has gone over in the end.
Yeah, a couple of times they've won the ball in that area of the pitch and then just not made good decisions in the final third. It's going to take a lot to beat Hampton from there, and she did actually have players up there with it. It's a challenge on the edge of the box.
Effort from Barbara Dunst, Austria's first of the game. England looking to add a third already. Every time Hemp's got the ball, looking like her usual self.
It just looks like patterns of play from the training ground, this, the way that they're passing and moving. Austria not getting close to them, and there's a lot of drills with this team, getting them up the pitch through the thirds, using the width. And they're being allowed to do it tonight.
Letitia. Mentioned it, Lucy, the way England built up to that second goal. And Morgan with passes like that, making it work. Here's Mead. Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan's had a lot of the ball, and that's important that she's a good passer of the ball. England missed that when Williamson has been out. She can pass the ball forward with the best of them.
Room for Dunst to try and drive forward here for Austria. And Dunst gets that ball back. I don't think it was the intention of the pass initially, but it still worked out for Austria. And Dunst trying to get round Letitia, and she's done just that and whips in that pass, and that's very calmly done by Greenwood. And this is Austria's problem. England have pace in their attack and the ability to break forward. Clinton has played so well so far. Russo won't quite get to that, but having a promising position there, Austria, and then in the blink of an eye they're in trouble. Yeah,
they get the ball up the pitch quickly. On regains England, willing runners. Russo, she's had a good start to this game. Russo, she's come in and being the pivot, received the ball to feet, back to goal, and then she's run beyond. She's got a goal, and she'll be pleased with her start.
See another good moment there for Clinton. She is again, as we mentioned several times, she's on debut, but not playing like that at the moment.
You say what dreams are made of, scoring a goal on your senior England debut. Now she feels free, I'm sure, and relaxed, and certainly very, very comfortable on the ball.
Expectation is, we thought we might see Otava Moy, thought we might see Jess Park starting this game. Serena Wiegman did say that those players will, of course, get minutes in these two matches.
Yeah, there's a chance that she had an 11 in her mind for this game and for Italy, and it won't make any difference really what happens in either. It's about rewarding the players that are on form at the moment in the WSL, and there's a lot of them.
Also, there is a change to the qualification format this time round for the Euros. It's very similar to the Nations League in the fact that England will be playing the best nations in Europe in qualification rather than some of the smaller nations that they would have done in the past. The days of those 10-0 scorelines are probably over now. Clinton will battle her way through again. Dunst. Saw the effect of the level of opposition going up for England in those matches in the Nations League against Belgium and the Netherlands.
Yeah, it's good because it raises the standard. It just means sometimes, though, that it's difficult. That's why these two games are important. It's difficult to introduce younger players or new players when you're playing the quality of opposition that you do, like the Netherlands, like Spain.
Produced some excellent matches, though. Either way, Dunst trying to make something happen. She's seen a lot more of the ball, though, in the last 5 minutes. Barbara Dunst spent a lot of her career in the Bundesliga. So many players in Austria do end up playing in Germany, of course. Greenwood. Back to Morgan. Seen so much of the ball so far.
Yeah, Erbinger is joining Eileen Campbell up front in a 4-4-2 out of possession, but just leaves Stanway free to receive from centre-backs, and she's dictating things.
Strong work from Russo. All forward from Toon towards Charles. Free kick will go the other way. And I suppose it's one of the first times maybe for Serena Wiegman in this looking ahead to the European Championship is maybe she is thinking ahead about the team she'll look to help England defend their title.
Yeah, I think Karen was right. I think signing a new contract, it means that she can now look ahead, and she's got to then look at who's the next wave of players coming through. You know, who's my next central midfielders? Where did we have an issue when we were in the World Cup? And you know, because it's so strong. You know, the next generation coming through, being coached since they were children, you know, and good coaching as well through the age groups. They've got to now come and prove themselves, and that's the next generation that Serena Wiegman will be looking at.
Clinton, that's a painful one. No lasting damage. From Tigam. You can see lots of the supporters in the stand on the far side running for shelter as the rain comes down hard. This warm weather training venue.
It's been blue skies, hasn't it, the last few days? Serves them right. Have a bit of our weather.
Here's Mead. So seeing England prepared to be brave in their passing as well. Another thing you'd imagine Serena England happy to see, progressing the ball in that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think Morgan getting the ball, she's had the ball more than Greenwood, and you usually see Greenwood as the progressor of the ball, but lots of options. When she looks up, she can see players and makes it easy for a centre-back.
We know with Spain, the level they've been playing at in the last year or so, you know, being able to keep the ball in that fashion is going to be a big part of getting the better of them the next time they meet them.
Yeah, it's about taking parts of the Spanish game, the passing, but also what England are good at, and that sort of ruthlessness in the final third and sort of physicality.
The pressure from Campbell to force Austria's first corner of the game. Schinving, Bayern Munich will go across to take this corner. Schechtel is up. Schiller as well. Corner sent in, and an equaliser, you might say, against the run of play for Austria. It's a terrific ball from Schinving. And I think it was Kirkberger who got ahead to that to make it 2-1.
No, they've been poor at times. Austria in the opening nearly half an hour, but just shows you set pieces. England be disappointed with that in terms of a player just being free, but it's a terrific ball in. Not much that Hampton can do about that, but she's not marked, and that's the problem. A great finish. And Kirkberger comes up from the back. She's probably one of the tallest players, but she still wasn't putting any pressure whatsoever.
There's the update on the scoreboard in case you were worried. But Austria have one back, and it's the centre-back Virginia Kirkberger on her 99th cap to get one back here for Austria. The first corner kick of the game as well.
There's always a lot of talk, particularly recently, about set pieces and how it can affect the momentum of a game, and Austria completely not in this game until then, and then all of a sudden, does it give them a little bit of a boost?
England had such a strong defensive record at the start of Serena Wiegmann's reign. Not so strong in the last year or so, but it's all part of the development of the next phase, as we've been saying. And we'll be, of course, very happy because it's a difficult first 25 minutes or so for Austria in this game, but they're still very much in it.
I mean, Furman's done so well with this Austrian team over the last few years.
Russo, though, playing well. Toon! And straight at Zinsberger.
It just opens up, from an Austrian point of view, it opens up far too easily. Especially when there's like if Toon is on the ball. Russo works so hard. I know that she can score from that distance. This time Zinsberger, simple for it.
It's another area where England have a few options to think about. Attacking midfield role.
Yeah, look back to the World Cup, and central midfield was a problem in the final, simply because Spain just keep the ball a lot better than any other team in the world. But again, it's about evolving. I use that word again, but it's so important for England. You win your first competition, and then as soon as you do that, people view you differently, teams view you differently, and expectations rise.
Here is Letizia. Morgan to Greenwood. Morgan again. And Greenwood playing that ball forward. I mentioned England's usual threat from set pieces with the players who are good in the air. And England coming forward again, and it was a bit of a pot shot really in the end from Russo.
Yeah, but she's got the confidence, Russo. getting that early goal. She knows that, this number 9 slot is hers if she can keep playing as she's been playing and keep scoring goals. So it's good confidence builder.
Dunst. Ball out to that side where Perchella is. And straight out of play it goes. But no Bright in the side, no Bronze, no Daly. Players who are good defensively as well from set pieces.
Yeah, that's been the only negative so far, hasn't it? The defending against set pieces of games that are a little bit closer. That could be the difference between winning and losing. So it's something in the negative column for Serena Wiegmann to write down and think about.
I say Austria's game came when their rain was at its heaviest, but here's Hampton. Hampton again. You see no chance of her just clearing that ball downfield. And England might get rewarded. Toon. Out to Letitia. Caught there by Dunst. Look towards the referee. Hemp. Now Toon. Need to send Charles away. Couldn't quite complete the pass.
It's been pretty simple, the build-up for England, but it's been really effective, and Austria have got absolutely nowhere near them. A longer ball into Rousseau, she plays it back, and a play from her.
England in again, Zinsberger saved it into the path of Mead. Not right into her path. Here's Letitia. Stanway firing it into Mead. England winning it back quickly, Letitia in strong and Erbinger. But that's a loose pass. Zinsberger will try and get Austria a platform to have a bit of the ball.
Yeah, they need a bit of measured possession, but England's press is very good.
When England win it back in these areas, and Austria look particularly vulnerable. Mead. Letitia. Morgan across to Greenwood. Morgan. Clinton. Sit back again, Clinton, trying to move that ball on quickly. Again, Austrian passing it out, just end up losing it. Oh, and England take advantage this time. Rousseau didn't get a shot right. But Mead with time to pick the corner out, and that's exactly what she does. Beth Mead, one of England's best finishers, showing why.
Yeah, and it's not really been out on this right-hand side, has it, for Beth Mead much in this game, but she spent most of her early career as a number 9, and she's probably the most natural goal scorer that England have got. So as soon as she cut inside on the left foot, you knew exactly where it was going, and just the amount of bodies that England have got forward means that winning the ball high. It's a rare miss hit from Rousseau, but as soon as she took that touch inside and had a look, you know that she's going to place it. She knows exactly where she's going to put it. There's quality finish from Beth Mead. Even though she's been quite quiet, Seb, in this game, because they've not really fed her down that right-hand side, but she has that quality in front of goal.
She's up to 31 goals now for England. Just a 53rd cap. And what a fabulous run she was having before that injury that kept her out for so long. And though she missed the World Cup. Was probably missed at the World Cup.
Yeah.
The problems England had, of course, was finishing, creating chances against sides that sat off them.
Like I say, I remember when she was young, when she burst onto the scene in Sunderland, playing against her. She's just a natural finisher, natural number 9, scoring goals from absolute nowhere. And she's adapted and evolved her own game when she went to Arsenal, playing wide and cutting inside. But you get her in front of goal, and that is the outcome 9 times out of 10.
Especially they took her to the age of 23 when she made her debut for England. Considering how many goals she was scoring even before then.
Yeah, and the ease which she translated it into international, because it's not easy to make that step up into international football, and even more difficult to score at this level as well.
And England re-establishing their advantage. A deserved advantage at that.
The one thing I'd take out of the first half, Seb, is the really strong build-up play, the really strong identity of how they want to do it. Like I say, Austria have made it easy, but the passing has been good and the movement has been good, England.
Assistance here from Stanway. Not a bad ball, actually, either. And Zadrazil having to drop back in, putting it behind.
Austria struggling to cope with England, not even getting close. Defensive wide, not winning any sort of duels, and it's been easier for England, more comfortable for England.
Smiles have gone from the Austrian bench. Concern again. England might add another before half-time. Next, Greenwood. Arguably the best set-piece taker in the team. And it goes from Greenwood. It's a very decent delivery as well, and stabbed towards goal by Stanway. It's a goal kick at the end. Niamh Charles, who seems to be on a decent run actually in the England team, I suppose helped by those injuries in defence, which meant that Greenwood has moved into the middle.
Yeah, I think what you can rely on with Niamh Charles is that she's at least a 7 out of 10 every time she plays, and that is so useful for a manager.
Not so useful from Austria though. Toon checking back. Toon playing that ball down the line to Mead, and Zinsberger in the right place that time. Although just behind her there, Russo had a bit of an issue.
Yeah, that's the sort of ball that Mead wants, and I see her run just in that inside channel. When she's playing right, if she leaves space for the fullback on the outside, then she's always got that dynamic run into that crosser ball. Zinsberger did well there.
Definitely getting back to top form. Scored in that 6-0 win against Scotland. Scored tonight.
It's a good press by England. Like a man-to-man press, high up the pitch.
Oh, but then Morgan losing it. And again, Campbell trying to drive through the middle, but she made amends that time on the stretch. Apologises for it, but also to get back and in the situation at Hampton, even then trying to play the ball out from the back, even under that sort of pressure.
Yeah, if Austria can get their press right further up the pitch, then there is opportunity to try and win the ball back, because you do take risks when you play out from the goalkeeper. You know, you put the ball at risk in dangerous areas, but Austria have not quite got that right tonight, and England have played through them quite easily.
Greenwood. Morgan. Into Toon. Checked a bit late there, but no foul. Letitia quick to win it back, and that's what England have done so well in this first half. Austria just haven't really been able to get many passes going. Not that they would have maybe set out in this game to play like that, Austria. They probably would have wanted to frustrate England for a bit, but the first goal came so quickly.
Yeah, and they've not really done what they're good at, and that's a compact shape and defending well on the edge of the area and pressing and harrying and working hard, and the team being a lot more than the sum of the parts, but that just hasn't worked for Austria so far today.
Austria took 4 points from Norway in their Nations League group. They also beat Portugal home and away. Portugal, a side who drew a goalless draw with England just before the World Cup and had a goalless draw with the United States at the World Cup. A narrow home defeat to France. Second in their Nations League group, which meant they didn't have to be involved in a relegation playoff or be relegated, in fact. Scotland relegated from England's group, and Belgium going into a playoff, which they played earlier today, beating Hungary 5-1. The Northern Ireland had a playoff to avoid relegation as well, but they won their playoff earlier today against Montenegro. Zadrazil being forced back again. Zinsberger forward once more towards Campbell, but England there quick to put the pressure on, and the cross going towards the back post. Mead, well, she was pushed. Free Inara Acevedo Dudley. I think so. Hemminger. Getting that ball in play. And Dunst looking back for Erbinger. Good link-up play this from Austria, their best football of the first half. Campbell looking for options. And Tigam. Dunst, they've got three forward waiting for the cross. And that's deflected behind for a corner, and they did score from their last one.
And that's better from Austria, getting bodies up in support. England just struggling to get the ball away from a defending point of view. This is a chance again that, you know, they've been so positive going forward. Beth Mead's just putting her hands in the air. Was she pushed? I think there was a coming together, wasn't there? I don't think there was that much in it.
Narshinveng doing the defending. So into 4 minutes of added time in this first half. In goes Austria's corner, scored from their last one, and again it was Campbell, the first to the ball that time. But Austria getting their head to the ball first. Yeah, they're getting first contact, aren't they? It's a good ball. And the corner they scored from on that one was, you know, a good ball into the area. They've got some pretty big players physically that can win those duels. The back row there, Chloe Kelly and Frank Kirby. Two players with knocks at the moment. See whether they play a part in the match against Italy. She's on Tuesday. He's on ITV. Actually drawing with Ireland earlier today, 0-0. Russo's done well. When the ball's played up to her feet, when it's played in the air, she gets something on it, she protects the ball, she gets on the end, she's run really well forward. She's had a good first half. Bigger to Dunst. England will be happy with this first half. Obviously the corner kick conceded would have been a disappointment, but understandable really, considering the personnel missing. Yeah, I think that Serena Wiegmann will have expected more from Austria, to be honest. I think they expected a better test overall in this first half, that, you know, they work a lot harder, usually a bit more physical than they have been. They haven't got close, but credit to England, they've just moved the ball very, very quickly and well. And Hemp full of running, Stanway again. Toon, it does work its way to Charles. Greenwood. Toon, back to Morgan. Stanway. Toon, she ran into trouble. Maybe Zadrazil can get on the ball and make something happen. That would help Austria. Narshinveng. Dunst. Narshinveng, good position here. With Campbell in the middle. The ball wasn't the worst in the world, and England clear it away and picked up by Mead. And you can see Russo looking to get on the shoulder to run away, but the pass couldn't find her from Toon. Switch across. Charles cuts it out. Stanway to Clinton. been able to say her name too much the last 15 minutes or so, but she did get that debut goal in this first half.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of positives to take from this half, but I think a couple of negatives, one being the set piece, but also when England have been put under pressure by Austria, that wobbled a bit in the defensive third, but they just haven't had the quality, Austria, to take advantage that a better team probably would do.
There's Morgan. Good ball played into Stanway, who's been quite impressive for England. Greenwood. Half-time, England's half, which started with Russo opening the scoring within 4 minutes. Grace Clinton on debut, making it 2-0. Kirkberger with a goal back for Austria, but Beth Mead restoring England's advantage. Certainly the Lionesses in charge at the break. Half-time, England 3, Austria 1.
So the Lionesses at half-time, they are beating Austria 3-1. Some good goals in this half so far. And don't forget that we have the Lionesses' next match against Italy. Put it in your diaries and join us. It's on Tuesday at 4:15. It's on ITV4 and ITVX. Okay, some other results to keep you updated on, and the latest in a couple of games tonight as well, some important ones too. You can see them here. Spain against Netherlands. Currently that is 2-0 at half-time in the Nations League semi-final. The other semi-final, France are leading that one at half-time against Germany, 1-0. And then the Nations League relegation playoff, the first leg was earlier on today. That was Northern Ireland's win, 2-0 in the end. Lauren Wade and Demi Vance getting on the score sheet for that one. And yesterday, England's under-23s, who are actually in the warm weather training camp with the seniors at the moment, they lost 3-1 to Spain's under-23s. Good goal though, Chelsea's Aggie Beaver-Jones. She scored the only goal for England that game. She's actually on the bench tonight as well in this current game. So she cannot get enough of England action, can she? Second half is just about to kick off. Couple of changes to tell you about. Ian, what do you think so far, and what do you want to see more of in the second half?
Well, I'd like to see more of the same. You know, I think that they played very, very well. It's great to see a lot of women Moy on. You know, it was brilliant to see her on. You know, she's been a great player in this squad. You know, so it's great to see her on. But like, yeah, I'd just like to see more of the same. Like to see Lotte make sure she's doing the same kind of passing through the lines, keep it moving at pace. You know, it looks.
She deserved it, to be fair. Yeah, she's been playing really, really well for Arsenal over the last couple of months. So this is a really good opportunity for her, and obviously Lauren James in now as well. I would have liked to have seen Jess Park come on, but maybe that will happen Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay, if you want to see more from the England camp, you can head to the ITV Sport YouTube channel, where you can watch Guess the Lioness. There's loads more. Let's get you over to the second half then. It's Lucy Ward alongside Seb Hutchinson.
So Lotte Vermoy gets her opportunity. A rare one really for England as far as the Arsenal centre-back is concerned, who's having a fine season, one of the best of her career actually. Just her 11th cap, this one, coming on for Alex Greenwood. So she will partner Esme Morgan and Lauren James to that front line. And if Austria were worried before, they've got another problem to worry about up front.
Yeah, I sort of echo the thoughts of Karen and Ian about Wubben Moy. I think that she's really sort of stepped up. Leah Williamson being injured. I think that you look at Lauren James and, you know, she has been a real standout performer, generational talent. I think she's got lots more as well in her locker that we've not seen yet, and that's a little bit scary for anybody who has to play against her.
It's an area of great strength for England. I think you can take Lauren Hemp off and bring Lauren James on. The quality is still very, very high. Russo. It's good to see that Grace Clinton is back out for the second half as well after that eye-catching first half.
Yeah, she's been positive, hasn't she, Clinton? She's willing to run with the ball. You know, she's front foot. First thought is either play forward or run forward, and she's technically, a kiss of death there from me, they're technically very good. She keeps the ball well.
Lauren James quickly there to get it back for England. Here's Clinton. I think simple to Stanway. England moving it wide once more. Toon was free momentarily in the middle. Mead couldn't quite find her with a pass inside. And Austria, he spent a lot of the half having to defend, but did have a few breaks forward. And a strong run down the right-hand side from another of the 20-year-olds, Lee Pertschiller.
Yeah, disappointed with Austria in the first half. Every time I've seen them play, they've been hard-working. They press and harry and get close to opposition, and they've been particularly passive in the first half, so they need to step up their intensity. And I think the challenge for England is to keep going, keep moving the ball as quick as they can and get themselves up the pitch. The patterns of play has been very good, but they've not really been challenged from it, but they've just got to keep going.
I mentioned the latest Nations League final scoreline at half-time. Spain 2-0 up against the Netherlands. The goal scorers for Spain, Jenny Hermoso, Aitana Bonmati, World Player of the Year. Russo to get round Kirkberger and almost got away. In fact, Kirkberger's been penalised, the goal scorer in the first half. The other scoreline to tell you that France are now 2-0 up against Germany. Diana Koshai with the goals for France, who, if they were to reach the final, well, it would mean that the third place match would decide who the third European team that goes to the Olympics will be. France already qualifying as hosts.
Lisa is a real problem, a real handful for any sort of defence, and I think that she, right at the top of the game at the moment coming into this game, and you can see everything, every facet of her game as a 9 you've seen already in the first half.
Berger booked in the end. The first yellow card of the game. Stanway caught late by Erbinger, but no foul. Cut out by Vuvamoy. Erbinger again. Look at Clinton battling there to win it back for England. Zadrazil. Georgieva likes to take a chance in defence, but she can't take a chance with Lauren James around. As far as balance goes as a footballer, Lauren James is one of the best in the world. Zinsberger at fault for that first England goal. Zinsberger going long, and that should just go out of play in the end.
Yeah, they've got that out of possession set up well. England just out of the pitch forcing that longer ball from Zinsberger, and that means that it's got to be really accurate, and it wasn't, so now England got it back with the throw-in.
Rain stopping during the half-time break. Here's James to Charles. Vermoy inside field area, and Stanway can't help herself but break forward here for England, and there's room to do just that. Toon making a run inside, and it will come back to Toon. Improvised the finish, but wide.
I think the initial ball actually came from Toon. It's a great ball. Stanway's had a comfortable time in this game, and usually facing the press and having a lot of space, but decides to make that run forward. It's a great ball into it. She returns the favour, just couldn't reach it, Toon, but instinctive, just towards, trying to poke it towards goal.
And Toon came up with some very important goals for England last year as well. She is a player for the big moments. Opener in the semi-final against Australia. Goal in a finalissima. That winning goal against the Netherlands, which he thought at the time might be the tipping point for England to get to the Nations League finals. Schichtel. Strong from Vuvamoy. Russo moving it wide. And Toon has made a very good run in the middle, just evaded her. Might reach Lauren James. Sliding there was Schichtel in the end.
That's a terrific ball. Just tempting Toon onto it, just a little bit too far. They ain't the biggest chimpanzees them, are they? Lauren James. She was just caught, wasn't she, as she landed.
She's back to her feet. Good news for England and Chelsea, of course. And there's Jess Park. And we see the very talented Manchester City attacking midfielder play some part in this game. You'd expect so. And England cause damage from this corner. Oh, they can, and Zinsberger making the save in the end as Letitia with a header. And Gilgava clears it away.
So what a ball that is from that side, from Beth Mead. Just needed something on it. It's good defending and good goalkeeping in the end. It's just, she just puts it in an area to attack Mead.
Another England corner to the back post, another good delivery. And a Bubba Moy that time. So Letitia, who's never scored for England, almost having a chance to score. And Bubba Moy attacking that latest corner. It's the pressure from James. I don't think that's what Lauren James meant to do. You can afford to smile.
She's trying not to smile. We've all done it.
If you're going to have one of those in your career, this might be the match to do it in. And Lauren James turned around to Niamh Charles and said, you take the next one. The feature of this game so far, Russo's hold-up play has been excellent. Toon, James, it's all a bit tight. But James, little pass looking for Charles. Plays the game at her own pace, Lauren James. Vermoy. James. Signature drop of the shoulder, James. Stanway trying to keep the move going here for England. Toon. James. Done again. Clinton. Mead. Playing it forward once more. Toon. The player who occupies some dangerous positions. Clinton. Bring it back to Stanway. And Stanway! And it almost dipped under the bar. Zinsberger with the save.
Yeah, Austria just cannot cope with the speed of the movement and the ball speed and the passing that England are demonstrating this evening, and just the movement, they're just so fluid. Ends in a strike from Stanway, but just went across quite a lot of the players. You talked about Russo then receiving. I think she's with her back to goal and defenders behind her. She's been exceptional tonight.
There's that. That's not so exceptional from Lauren James. She went to try and catch that. England corner again. But Moy almost fell cleanly into her path. And that looked like a free kick. Should have been a free kick to Austria at first glance. But Sheila back to her feet as England come again. Just looks stronger, looks sharper.
Yeah, I think that the fact that Wiegman played Alex Greenwood in the first half, I think she expected more on an attacking front from Austria, and I think that's probably why she made the change. And you know, two players that have not really played with each other at this level, Wilbur Moy and Morgan, and both exceptional talents. But I think she's looked at Austria in the first half and think that they'll be all right together in the second, and just to show what they're all about.
And have certainly been doing that in this game so far. Moved wide again to Mead. Mead looking for Russo. James is in there. For Digam, all she can do is just clear it away. But it might turn into something here for Austria. Forward towards Campbell. He's been feeding off scraps really so far. And Hampton. very calm.
Yeah, just not had the quality in the final third, not had the support around the ball. Austria and England managed to win the ball back well, and then it's just relentless attacking with the odd counter from Austria.
They bigger 4 goals for Liverpool, but this season the WSL, but again struggling to get into this game. But she's moved it wide now. And Dunst looking. Schiller to take on Charles. Can't get around Niamh Charles. Another issue, of course, that Austria have. They just don't have the depth that England have. They've got their best 11 pretty much out here tonight. Maybe Laura Firesinger an option.
Just looking at Clinton, Grace Clinton, and comfortable receiving in under pressure. She looks confident on the international stage. Some players just take to it like a duck to water, and I think that's something that she's done tonight. She has looked impressive in all aspects of her game.
Hampton. This is always the case in international football. The next cycle of players, when you lose players to retirement, as England have done in recent years. England have lost the ball here. Morgan's pass. And that's also been what we've seen tonight. When England have lost the ball, they've won it back very quickly. Lost it again here, though. Georgieva, the centre half. Far forward there. Charles. Quite a statement, actually, if Clinton does last the full 90. Expect then she won't really play much in the game against Italy on Tuesday.
Yeah, you would suspect Serena Wiegmann will make more substitutes in this game that might disrupt it, but again, it's up to England just to maintain the intensity and use this friendly as they want to use it, get the best out of it. Austria have been poorer than we all thought they would be, but you've still got to try and play well, try and pass it well, do the simple things right, and England are certainly doing that.
Russo taking a knock for her troubles, but those Austrian defenders can't get the ball off Russo. They can't stop her doing just that. Winning a free kick for England or holding the ball up. There's been talk maybe at Arsenal, would she benefit from having Blackstenius play up with her? She need a foil to be effective, truly effective.
I think she's a type of player that'll find a way to be effective in whatever formation it is, particularly the players that she's got around her at Arsenal. Been a big move for her.
She is a big player for England. That role, that centre forward role, and Toon finding more space, and Russo should look for her again. Schicktal, this is awkward for Austria. Zadrazil in her own penalty area to Zinsberger. Here again. Zadrazil. Here's the pressure from Stanway. And England in again. Russo in again. And that is a fourth for England, who are proving too hot to handle for Austria tonight.
Yeah, they've pressed so well, England. You know, they've positioned themselves when they've not got the ball, when Austria have got it high up the pitch, so they win it high, and then as soon as you win it high, you get players like Russo in the positions where you want them, right in front of goals. Zadrazil got herself in a right state in the middle. 2 England players around her, and then you just knew exactly what was going to happen. There was no way on earth was Russo missing that, and that is all about England's game plan. Press is good, you know, the structure, the defensive structure is very good, and then they've got a finisher like Russo on the pitch.
And then Jess Carter coming on for Chelsea teammate Niamh Charles. And Russo making way, good timing for Rachel Daly to come on. And Clinton's night is over as well, and Jess Park on. And this is the level of substitute that England can bring on.
Yeah, Rachel Daly will come on and think, that she wants to come on and play well, maybe get a goal, because she's shown her quality for England. She's been versatile, something I think that's to her detriment, Rachel Daly, that she can play anywhere, even though she's a goal scorer for a team, a club team.
Well, the captains come off, and Laura Firesinger, I thought, might be their first substitute. Another of the Centurions in this squad replaces the captain. And Schichtel's come off as well. And mentioning another experienced player, another player with 100+ caps, Farina Henshaw, the left back. See Zadrazil losing that ball there, and Stanway right on her toes. Bayern Munich teammates.
Yeah, they've been playing the ball into dangerous areas, and you either bypass the press or you play very well past it, and Austria have not managed to do either of those things effectively well, and England have had a lot of joy in those central areas, winning the ball high.
Shiveng now out on the right-hand side. She can play on either flank. But she have to deal with Lauren James now. Carter getting up in support. Park. Stanway. And then Mead. Dispossessed. Henshaw going to get involved straight away. 2 goals for Russo, a goal for Mead, and a debut goal for Clinton. And Jess Park, who did actually score in England's last visit to Spain for some friendly matches at the end of 2022 against Japan and Norway. Goal very soon after coming off the bench. But we're looking at a young player here who is going to be playing in attacking midfield here for England. She has been for her club Manchester City after the injury to Jill Roord.
Yeah, we've seen her at City in a wide position like Lauren Hemp plays, and I think she probably prefers it in those central areas, and she's been very, very effective. Jill Roord's a big player to have to replace, but she's been on absolute fire. Jess Park, a deserved call-up, and, you know, a place in this game.
A very eye-catching player. Said that she prefers that role, central role. Has been used in wide areas as well. Daly laying it off. And now Toon. James. And James heeling towards Daly. Interesting to see how Toon and Park work in this system.
I've been impressed with Toon, actually. I think at times for England recently she's not been in her best form, but I think she's come on and she's made those runs that she's well known for, and that'll be a positive for her.
Shiveng losing out to Carter, and now James. And James almost got round Georgieva there. Another England corner. They've looked dangerous from their previous 2.
You sort of get the sense that if Lauren James wanted to do something world class, she could do. It's just whether she wants to do at that particular moment in time. She's got absolutely everything.
England playing the corner short. And Mead firing it in. Will break to Beth Mead again. And Mead will go to the back post. That's awkward for Zinsberger. Did well in the end. Morgan was arriving.
Yeah, Zinsberger had to get something on it, because Morgan keeping her honest, just making sure that the goalkeeper has to deal with it. Beth Mead involved again. She'll be happy with her contribution tonight.
No doubt looking for more goals, although she's going to take the corner. Schiller still feeling that challenge with Carter. We've got Letitia forward, Morgan forward, Vermoy as well. Goes that corner, but break to an English shirt might still do. Daly Move it wide to Mead again. T looking for the cross, played in by Park. And the decision goes Austria's way. The referees tried to let this game flow. And with the ball in the net there, just a reminder to say no VAR.
It's actually a nice little finish as well in the end.
Letitia. Zinsberger. Get forward. We're looking for support. Feisinger to Zadrazil. Feisinger, one of the players who plays in Italy for Roma. As Park. He's it back. And the English supporter will want to see Jess Park get on the ball a lot in this last quarter of the match. She's on the ball now, able to turn and pick a pass. Mead. Toon. Have played with a lot of confidence tonight. Might be in again here. Berger across, another England corner.
Yeah, they're controlling the game. They've controlled the high majority of the game as well, England, in Austria's half. Just from possession and movement and outnumbering the opposition.
Brought on more firepower. 6 goals for Rachel Daly this season in the WSL. After 22 last season. Mead. The Bermois header and flicked on. And Carter will claim the final touch. A hint of offside, but the flag stays down. They're just checking it, but no, the flag has stayed down. A goal for England, and 5-1 to England.
Yeah, she looks slightly embarrassed, I think, Carter. I would have been embarrassed about that finish. Great header from Moy, and then just trying to get a little flick on it. It's a perfect finish, and he actually looked a little bit embarrassed afterwards, Carter, that was the way that she finished him. It was brilliant. Great little header. Moy just helped in. Austria's defending at times tonight has been woeful, but England won't care.
Jess Carter should claim that class.
Absolutely.
Doesn't happen often for centre-backs. Jess Carter did score in that 20-0 victory over Latvia. Maybe she thought she was offside. That's the only thing I can think about. Why not be happy about that piece of skill? A thumping scoreline for England at the moment against a side who would have expected more of a test from Austria, because they have provided that for England in recent matches. Aschenweng, lovely shape on the delivery. Erbinger trying to keep it going, and that could be a free kick to England. Referee again happy for play to go on, even though 2 players are down at the moment, and it's kicked out of play by Stanway. But I think the referee has let this game flow.
Yeah, I do think that Austria, when they do look threatening, it hasn't been often throughout this game, but it certainly is at set pieces. You know, the body's forward, some physically big, tall players, and get a good ball in as well. Yeah, that's going to hurt as well. Rachel Daly gets the first touch to it and then absolutely clattered.
Rachel Daly taking a heavy hit there, but this England side putting on a strong performance. If you do want to see more from the England camp, then head to the ITV Sport YouTube channel, where you can watch the Guess the Lionesses challenge with Rachel Daly and Lauren Hemp, along with match highlights and plenty more. Pressure put on by James. I'll give her back to goalkeeper Zinsberger.
It's a really aggressive shape. When England haven't got it, they're really aggressive with the shape. They push players on, and Austria just don't have the quality to pass past them, and so England are winning it in Austria's half and having lots of chances to get themselves in front of goal.
He seems to be moving okay at the moment. Italy, having had that goalless draw with Ireland, will be maybe catching a bit of this game, who knows? And maybe a little bit concerned facing England on Tuesday.
Yeah, we'd expect them to be a bit more defensive, or better defensively than Austria have been tonight. So
Stanway trying to carry the ball. Matter again, that Italy game on ITV on Tuesday. It's a slightly earlier kick-off for that one. Zadrasil. Ogeva. Arshenving, nice touch to get away from Carter. But as has been the case for much of this game for Austria, just haven't been able to maintain possession for too long.
Yeah, England look physically better. They look stronger and quicker than Austria. The substitutes made at the right time, fresh legs to come on, but they look really strong physically. I think that's a big theme of this game as well.
I mentioned this is England's fourth meeting with Austria in about 2 years, but Austria have never even drawn with England in any of their meetings. And certainly not going to draw this one. Never beaten them either.
They have been tough games though, at times it's 1-0 or a 2-0 and the goals spread apart, and that's why when we came into this we talked about Austria being compact and defend well and being organised, but nothing like that.
Here's Stanway. And Carter. Surge away from Arshenving, and that's a decent ball as well. Mead. And Mead getting it back from Toon and sending in a delivery again. Austria really on the back foot and again struggling to clear. Carter. Luvamoy. Toon finding another of those pockets of space. Mead.
I think Stanway's enjoyed a night as well, playing in that deeper defensive midfield role where she's got a lot of space. Everything is in front of her. She's receiving in space, and she's such a good passer of the ball that it's just, she probably finds it quite easy as well.
Coasting through this one. Here's James. I feel there's more goals out there for England. Stanway. Just too much on the pass to Letitia. You'd expect probably to see this game out, Naya Letitia, with Lucy Bronze maybe having more of a part to play in the Italy game.
Yeah, I think she's had a competent performance as well. Letitia talked about being comfortable centre-back and right back. You usually see a centre-back for a club side, but I think she quite enjoys getting up and down that line.
Well, Nicole Biller is about to come on. A player who had a fine scoring record, who has a fine scoring record for her country, but losing her place recently to Campbell. Biller only a few goals away from breaking the all-time scoring record for her country. Arshenving, you can see the pressure she's under. That's one of Austria's more accomplished players. So a double change, in fact. Revel Shashing, Schling of Freiburg, I should say. Nicole Biller of Hoffenheim replaces Campbell. It was a tough night for Campbell, really. Didn't get much service.
Yeah, chasing shadows at time, Campbell, and probably all to do with the services she got. She's obviously got pace and quite willing to make those runs, but just didn't get the ball much.
You mentioned Stanway's excellent performance, but the player who is one of the best in the world in that position, Kira Walsh, has come on. And again, a sign of what England have in terms of quality.
That's what you want, the competition for places. I mean, Walsh, like you say, is one of the best in the world in that defensive midfield slot, but you need to account for if she's injured, or you know, if you need to play a different system and need another centre midfielder next to her. But you certainly have that competition for places now. Just putting pressure and having the under-23s there as well, that adds to the pressure. The next lot that are coming through, I want your shirt.
There's a big cheer there for Kira Walsh, who plays for Barcelona nowadays. Question now is England in this sort of position. Austria, you can imagine, wouldn't mind the final whistle going now, but they've got a relatively long while still to play out in this game. It's a side certainly with realistic ambitions of reaching the Euros. Stanway on that bench there, sat next to Niamh Charles. Actually seeing Stanway in that role would have been useful. Villa to have a shot at Hampton. Comfortable for Hampton, who did keep a clean sheet on her debut against Spain in the Arnold Clark Cup, and it was exactly 2 years ago on this day that England won the Arnold Clark Cup, beating Germany. That first title for Sarina Wiegman before the Euros came not that long after. And Toon, one of the players who's put in a strong performance and really has been able to roam where she likes.
Yeah, I don't think there's any England player really that's not played well. Have all been involved. And just that plot on the landscape, the set piece, the corner from Austria that resulted in the goal. But I think everything else that England have done, I think they've felt comfortable all the way through the game. And they've passed it well, and they look like they're passing with freedom as well, and playing with freedom.
Moy, the sort of player who can come on in a game like this and get the passes going, keeping England on the attack again. James, Carter, who was offside from that position. The right-footed player, Jess Carter, has played all across the back line and in wing-back roles for club and country. She was onside there.
Yeah.
But like the old days, we just move on.
No moaning, Seb.
By old days, we're talking only a couple of years ago, it feels like. Here's Innsberger. Dunst, who actually played very well for Austria when they narrowly lost to England in the Euro, the World Cup qualifiers, I should say, 2 years ago. Now Shinving, looking forward to Billa. There's a different profile of striker for England to worry about here. Scheller will win the corner, and that's where Austria scored in the first half.
That's good defending. Moy, she got past it and then just timed the block well.
It's a part of Moy's game that she wants to keep displaying to Sarina Wiegman, her defensive qualities. I know that seems obvious, but the passing game is her standout attribute. But one-on-one moments there, dealing with those. Narshinving to take the corner. And a Another good delivery from Narshenveng, and then England struggling to clear once more. Jorgeva. Narshenveng, another teasing delivery. Carter away. And that's too much on that pass, so the move comes to an end from Austria.
Yeah, they've huffed and puffed at times, Austria, but not really caused that many problems. And I think any problems that cause will probably be caused by England themselves and not clearing the ball as it lands in the area there. And try and keep it at one and showing the dominance that England have shown all the way through this evening.
Narrow defeat. Austria against England was only Serena Wiegmann's 5th match in charge, the Lionesses, and it was a very good game from Mary Earps, that particular match. You've got to remember, at that time, there was still debate about who England's #1 would be. This is a long time ago now, and Hampton's been good tonight. Not having too much to do from a saving point of view. Walsh. Here's Vubamoy. Again looking to progress the ball for England. James. They've just been so comfortable tonight.
Yeah, it's easy to get a bit complacent in possession. Lauren James just did then, but I think moreover that England have just been comfortable, and when they've wanted to up the tempo, they certainly have done that, and some passages of play have been absolutely brilliant throughout this game.
Dunst. Again waiting for support. And Shaw to go back again for Austria. England probably won't mind just Austria having the ball for a bit. It's been that simple for them up to now. Narshenveng. Zadrazil. It's better link-up play, and Carter's the wrong side here. And then, in the end, Hampton gets there.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to end up easily in Hampton's arms, but I don't know whether it took a touch as it was coming across. It's a great little ball in. First time really they've got in behind Austria. No, I didn't touch it. It was Hampton. She's had nothing to do really. I think the only time in the first half she touched it with her hands was picking it out of the back of her net when Austria had scored, but had a lot of her feet starting attacks, and I think she'll be pleased with her contribution.
Shoving again. Seen a bit more of the ball really in this second half. Zinsberger goes long. There's Vubamoy dealing with that. It's a good problem, of course, for Serena Wiegmann to have, with so many players put in good performances. And she knows when it comes to those first round of qualifiers, as we expect them to be against one of the top nations in Europe, she'll need to know her strongest side by then, injuries permitting.
Yeah, I think the space is in the team open though, Seb. I think that, you know, for a player to just come and grab that shirt, you know, throughout or across these two friendlies, that's for sure.
That game on Tuesday, I think Jess Park will hope to start that game really, afforded the time that Clinton had at the start of the game to really be in a side who are not in such a comfortable position here. And Hampton giving that ball away to Dunst. Feisinger. And Shaw likes to provide the width. Send in towards Biller. And that was left by England. And just about got away with it in the end.
Yeah, I know that England have probably taken the foot off the pedal, but I think Austria look a little bit better with the changes that they've made. It's just added a little bit to the 11.
Another Freiburg player is about to come on in Lisa Kolb. The younger generation of Austrian players. Serena Furman, she'll be a lot happier with what she's seen in the last 10 minutes or so. Dunst, who can shoot from range, but that's a clip ball in, and a goal back for Austria. And again, it's a double tonight for Kirkberger. Another header for the centre-back, who can smile despite the scoreline. And that has been England's one weakness tonight.
Yeah, and another embarrassed smile from Kirkberger, centre-back, getting up there and scoring. And Furman can afford a smile, even though that her team has been heavily beaten tonight. I think just England had taken the foot off the pedal, but the ball into the box, and the players a threat at crosses or set pieces, and she's certainly been that, Kirkberger.
McCulver's come on for Dunst. It's the ball in again, and Kirkberger easily getting there before Morgan.
Yeah, there's not been that many negatives for England tonight, but I'm sure that Serena Wiegman will be looking at the ball into the box and allowing the opposition to get the first contact, score 2 goals from those sort of situations.
Look at Lauren James forcing her way through. This would be some goal for her. Oh, it's off the post. Via a save, but no denying Beth Mead her second. And England strike back straight away. No goal for James there, despite her strong work. But more moments for the travelling support to celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, Lauren James just glides with the ball. She makes it look so easy, and it isn't easy. She's got players, she's got that pace, just gets away, and as soon as she gets away, there's absolutely no way, strength-wise, she's letting any player get the better of her. But hit the post, Beth Mead just making sure she follows it up. I think she got a touch, actually, Zinsberger. But Beth Mead, when you're a goal scorer, you make sure you're in positions like that just in case. And just in case you get... It's not a tap-in. She struck that well. Good performance from Mead as well.
It's the 11th time under Serena Wiegman that England have scored 6 or more goals. They've put 6 past Scotland in their last match. 6 in the World Cup against China. A 6-1 victory against Belgium. The previous times they scored 6 exactly. Had a fair few substitutions and, of course, more goals in the second half. So there might be a few more minutes beyond the 90. James. It seemed inevitable that Laura James was going to score once she'd got through, but not quite in the end. But Mead on a hat-trick. Is there time for her to get one more chance to get it? Chasing after this. Just running out of room. 5 more minutes for Austria to endure.
And endure is certainly the word. It's been a difficult night for Austria. They just look way off the pace. Serena Wiegman will be happy with a run out for her players, but she knows that there's bigger tests than this about. But these friendlies were put in place, 2 different types of teams, Austria and Italy. They'll expect a bigger fight from Italy, I'm sure, on Tuesday.
Shaving playing it forward. That's an excellent ball actually towards Biller. His recovery has been pretty good. I mentioned the lapses defensively from an aerial sense, but otherwise pretty strong. The scoreline would suggest that. Played back in again. Then Carter away. Singer with an effort, straight at Hampton. Singer was a threat for Austria when they hosted England. Which was England's first game actually after winning the Euros. And then Daly on the move and held her run perfectly. And the flag stays down. And this for 7. Yes, there it is. And Rachel Daly adds to a significant tally for England tonight. An impressive performance. And another in added time.
Yeah, she doesn't miss those. Rachel Daly. Actually, terrific strike from her one-on-one with the goalkeeper. It's happened a few times tonight. Rachel Daly probably be a bit frustrated that she hasn't started this game, but you know, Russo was brilliant as the number 9. But when you come on as a goal scorer, it's going to be there's a tight one, that one. The assistant referee sees it as onside, but when you come on and you're a goal scorer, then this is what you try and do. Great finish.
Austria, after providing England with some tough opposition in recent meetings, it's not been the case tonight. Well beaten. And Austria's record defeat, incidentally, was back in 1970, a 9-0 defeat to Mexico, and also lost 9-0 in that year to Switzerland. I think England don't have that sort of time. Spain have added a third against the Netherlands, so they look set to compete in that final against France, which will mean the Netherlands and Germany will have to play off for a place at the Olympic Games. Spain will be sure of their place in that tournament, which is good for that tournament, really, to have the world champions there. Olympic Games held in such high regard. Women's football. Seniors allowed to play in that. Carter. Toon. Might be the last attack of the game for England. They might just add another. Daly. There's a run from James being made, and it almost reached Lauren James. I think she stopped, then started again.
Yeah, I don't think the Lauren James or Jess Park expected the ball to get all the way through, so it was a reaction to the bounce.
I think Austria just waiting for that final whistle. About 10 more seconds.
They're desperate for it.
Left to play, especially with England adding these late goals. Park. Well, England see off Austria with 7. A commanding display. And one which will, of course, please Serena Wiegman. After the long gap since England were last in action. A match which saw 2 goals for Russo, 2 goals for Mead, a debut goal for Grace Clinton, and also Jess Carter and Rachel Daly getting on the score sheet as well. England, an easy win on the south coast of Spain, and victors over Austria by 7 goals to 2.